Hi, good evening everyone. Welcome to my next episode. Good evening Sandeep sir. Good evening Navneet ma'am. Hi Reena ma'am. Good evening Arpita ma'am. Good evening. Is my voice clear? Is my voice loud enough? Can someone please write in the comment box? So I just got a comment from one of our audience that my voice is not clear. Good evening Gavin sir. Good evening Tarun sir. So today is a very special episode because I'm gonna talk straight from my heart to one of the special persons. He's a very special person in my life. My mentor, my coach, none other than Mr. Virajpatil. So stay tuned. We'll wait for 2 to 3 minutes and we will start with it. Thank you, Tarun sir, for confirming that my voice is loud and clear. Thank you. So very special session. I'm telling you guys, you just can't miss the bit of it. You need to stay tuned till the last second of this session. And it's going to be very, very helpful and insightful for all of us. Because one of the gem of the persons, Virajpatil, is going to be here. So please stay tuned. Yeah, he's going to join very soon. Give like 2 to 3 minutes because the request has to come and I need to join it. So for technical reasons, give me some time. Good evening. Two to 3 minutes more, guys. I'm also eagerly waiting for my mentor to join this session. So have patience with me. Meanwhile, you guys can write, the location from where you guys are tuned in. So keep writing your name. I'm also super excited, Preeti ma'am. This is one of the moments when you feel nervous along with the excitement. So this is how I'm feeling right now, mixed feeling. Thank you, Reena ma'am. Guys, please do write from which location you guys are tuned in. I'm very good. Akanksha, I'm very good. Bhubaneswar, Pune, alright, nice. If you want to invite your friends, and you really feel like that they should be part of this session, please do so. Mumbai, Karnataka, Hyderabad, Punjab. I'm also from Punjab. Pune, alright. Madhya Pradesh, nice. Alright. So we'll wait for 1 to 2 minutes. Like all the best things, need our time and patience. So we'll wait for some more time. Not more than 2 to 3 minutes. I'm sure he's going to be with us in another, 1 to 2 minutes. Sikkim, Gujarat, nice. Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Wardha, Maharashtra. Last week I was in Nagpur only. Alright. Keep writing. Mubashir sir, my location is Punjab, Jalandhar, Punjab. Khandwa, Madhya Pradesh. I'm very good. So wow, a lot of people from Punjab are also tuning in. Good to know. Hyderabad, Khandwa. Khandwa's, so I think I have got a request. No, not yet. All right. Keep adding people. I'm telling you, this session is something which is going to be very, very helpful. And there'll be a lot of takeaways, guys, from this session. Yes, now I remember Mubashir. Good to see my good old colleagues are also joining in this live session. All right, one more, 2, 3, 4 more from Punjab. Nice. All right. So I'm gonna I have just accepted the request of my mentor Viraj sir. So let's see. He's just about to appear on the screen. So I'm very excited. I can't see him right now, but I think it's taking time for the screens to get joined. Viraj sir, can you hear me and see me? Because I can't either see you or hear you. What's this all about? Very soon you'll get to know. Have patience. Hi, ma'am. Hello, good evening. So I think Viraj sir will try again. So wait for a few more seconds. All right, now I can see him.
Perfect.
Good evening, Viraj sir. Very warm welcome to you.
Very good evening, ma'am.
I'm very good, sir. How are you?
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. So I'll start. I'll take the opportunity to introduce my special person, my special mentor, my coach in my life. So he is Mr. Virajpatil. He hails from the city of dreams, Mumbai, but now he's successfully and very well settled in Dubai. He's a civil engineer by qualification, but he's a very strong believer in self-improvement. Today only, recently, in one of his local newspapers, this is what has been highlighted about him, that he is the one who believes strongly, in self-improvement and self-development. So how did I get connect with him? It was in 2020 when the pandemic hit, and most of the successful and running business, they were in that turmoil, whether they will shut down or maybe would not be able to continue. He is the one who, with his strong willpower, actually created an organization which has crossed almost 70,000 people now. And he has his business running successfully in more than 15 countries, from Asia to Europe to Middle East to Africa. So few more accolades to add here before I would ask, very direct questions from him straight from the heart. And once you will hear the answers, you will get to know that how humble and selfless he is as a mentor and a coach. And that is why I'm fortunate to have him in my life. So few accolades. He's been voted and he is being ranked as one of the youngest and fastest growing entrepreneur in business for home. He is also a joint secretary in Asian African Chamber of Commerce and Industry, which is known as AACCI. He is more like a performance strategist here. He's a true visionary. And as I mentioned, he's one of those persons who believes in his development first and then, of course, put in a lot of efforts to transform organizations and people into more success. So I will not take much of time. And of course, I really appreciate that you people have also taken precious time out from your busy life. And I want this time, to be in such a way that your takeaway should be that which can help you in wherever you are stuck right now in your life, any success mantra that you're looking forward to, anything that you feel like can actually be a solution to all the current problems that you're facing right now. He is, one of those persons who has taught me one basic difference and one major difference between rich and poor, and that is financial literacy. He's a master in that, and trust me, guys, as I mentioned in my first episode, I am a commerce graduate, but did not know and did not have any clue about what financial literacy is all about. And this term has changed my life 360 degree. So thanks to Mr. Virajpatil. Sir, once again, welcome to this live and thank you so much for taking time out and answering the questions that I'm going to ask. I know you're always ready to answer the questions. Are you?
I don't know. Yeah, I'll tell you, and again, it is like I would like to thank you. Platform to add value.
Thank you, sir. My pleasure and my honor to be, on this joint live with you. So, all right, sir. So, first question, and it's a question I'm sure that I have asked many times, but just for the sake of our audience, I would ask again. What was that initial turning point that made you to choose or maybe venture into service industry?
Perfect. That's a very good question. Do you all hear echo or who's only hearing?
It's not echoing, but it's a missing. So there is a gap. When you talk, we miss few words in between.
No problem. All right. Again, like good. So the question you asked, like what inspired me to go to the service-based industry. So definitely before getting to that, I would like to start like why I started normally in my entrepreneurial journey. That should be very much important. My why. It was clear and concise. So since it was clear and concise, I needed to start. And when you're starting out and when your ultimate destination or your ultimate location is like final, so there are like there is this old saying which says that trust the system and adjust the approach. So you need to trust your goal and keep adjusting your approach. So why did I adjust my approach and why did I transition towards service based, which was your question? I'm coming to that. I didn't forget the question, not trying to deviate or play around. But since I am in my 28, like most of the people who are considered youth, they are from 21 to 35. So if you consider that age group, they are more tech savvy. They are more associated or inclined towards the service industry. Talk about the kind of boom we are seeing with respect to Netflix or any other service-based platform. Right now, also we are on a service-based platform, which is of course inclining towards e-commerce, but it is also service. I mean, it is not a physical thing wherein you can pursue your entrepreneurship. So that is the kind of insight which I saw. And in any business, I feel doing hard work is not the only key, but doing the hard work at the right time with the right kind of technology is also a thing. So considering all of these aspects, since again my why was clear, I didn't give up. I saw this that the transition or the trend is going towards the service base, and that is what inspired me or motivated me to make a transition to the service based industry.
Right, sir. So I think your first thing was the why, and the second thing, of course, somewhere you knew that which audience you wanted to cater to and through which industry. So my second question to you, sir, that you have been in this industry for almost 5 years. And so what keeps you going? I know that you have reached maybe, I don't know what level of success that you would have designed for yourself, but what keeps you going now?
Good question again. I mean, if this was a question which comes in a question paper, we had a school exam. There was this type of question which answer in one word. We had that answer in one word or answer in one line. So my goals to answer that in one word. But yes, I would of course explain it. This is not an answer in one word paper question. So, like talking about goals, like let me ask you a question. So, for example, when you were a child, you wanted some gift, you desired for a gift. So, when you got that gift from your parents or your guardians or from whomsoever person for that matter, did you feel happy or did you feel sad?
Very happy.
Very happy. You have you have the so so when we grow as an adult or maybe at whatever phase we are in our life, we have certain set of goals. When we keep achieving that, we feel happy internally. And goal setting was something which was taught by me by my mentor. And I keep reconsulting with my mentors, whomsoever I have in my circle of influence, and make sure that I keep achieving my goals, which makes me happy. In a similar way, which made you happy when you were a child, when you received the gift. So, uh, even if I want to have the kind of income I'm having, I need to be consistent as well as effective. So if I am not consistent or doing the same amount of things, the success might go away. So that is one of the things which keeps me going, and it creates a state of flow wherein I keep for wanting more and more and more. Like if you get one chocolate from your mom, you won't be satisfied. You will ask for two chocolates or maybe an expensive chocolate or a better chocolate. It's not that you will be always contented with that kind of chocolate. So in a similar way, entrepreneurship also just like that, for me at least. And if you have the right mentors, it should be like that for everyone. That's what I believe. And with the consistency and effectiveness, I feel that it is there to at least sustain the success. Forget about achieving more. That keeps me going, and that's the basic reason, the desire to have more and the desire to achieve more. So, like, what's your thought upon it? Do you agree, or like, what keeps?
I absolutely agree with you, sir. And as you rightly mentioned, in my childhood, I had a lot of maybe desires and goals that I wanted to achieve. But as when I started growing, there were many incidents which I faced, and I started believing that I'm not one of those goal-oriented person. But of course, when I started my entrepreneurship journey with you, there I realized that without goals, I am clueless, I am directionless, I really don't know where to go. And after, really achieving those small goals in my journey, I realized that the sense of achievement is something which keeps me going. And I can very well relate with you. So, all right, so next question. Of course, you are in the service industry and customer is the king there. And as you rightly mentioned, that you really know your right type of customers which you really want to serve or cater to. So, my question here is that what are the factors that ensures that we are building absolutely right customer relationship, because that is like very very important when it comes to service industry. So how do you ensure that?
How do I ensure what? Can you? I beg your pardon.
How do you ensure that you have built a very good customer relationship?
How do I ensure that I build customer relationship? So before getting to that, like I would like to, highlight this point. Why is this important? Firstly, to build a customer relationship, and definitely I'll go through the how I ensure what I have I done that or not. It might be I might be successful in doing so, or partially successful, or a failure. But success is something wherein, let me ask you this question. For example, you are having this kind of success in your life. Have you been able to achieve that all alone, or with the support of your customers, or with your people?
Obviously with the help of my team and customers.
That's what. So let me. Success is not a standalone activity. You need support of other people to be successful. So now many people might have a contradiction to this. Like there are many artists, there are many singers, there are many performers who perform alone. Soloist. You can be successful as a soloist also. But if you want to scale your success to a different level together, you need to be a conductor. You need support from people, as you rightly mentioned. So again, to validate with, like most of the people, they watch cricket. So in this like lately T20 World Cup, when we lost against Pakistan, so Virat Kohli performed well, but it was not about him. It was about the team. So when you talk about the team or the customers or the people who make you successful, it is very important for you to cater to their needs, so that you get relatability, so that they associate with them, you associate with you, and that adds sustainability in your business. So when I say that, definitely you people must have got to a point of realization how important this factor is. So how do I cater to that? Definitely I try my level best to understand their needs. When I understand their needs, definitely I always have that in my mind that these people are going to add sustainability in my business, if not profitability. Of course they would add profitability as well as sustainability, but consider that in mind, and figure out a creative way that how you can ensure that you have a good customer relation. if you build relation, if you focus on the value, definitely the outcome is gonna come as a byproduct. Don't focus on the outcome, focus on the value. And value building is a lot in coherence with customer relation. So again, how do I ensure that am I able to build the customer relationship? So definitely with a kind of success, maybe it might be small for some people, mediocre for some people, good for some people. I'm not satisfied, but it is because of customers. It is because of my people, and definitely I feel that I tried my level best to cater to them, and I am always working to make sure that I'm getting better at this aspect. And it is definitely very much important. And I feel that if you know what they need and if you help them achieve what they need, definitely you can also achieve what you want to. So that's how you can have the mindset in frame. And the answer to this in a very concise or specific manner might be different for different businesses. But again, keep all of these fundamentals in mind and make sure that since you need support of other people to be successful, take interest in their interest and add real time value and mean by your heart that you want to help them. That will lead you as an end result to make sure that you have good customer satisfaction or relation. I don't know whether I
Very
answered your
well
question.
said. Yeah. I mean, my next question is related to this only, but you have already answered and in explaining it very well. Because my next question was regarding that when customers they share their feedback, sometimes we do that just like a formality, just like one of the surveys that usually businesses do, just to find out how their product is performing in the market. But I really need to understand, as a whole soul proprietor and as a whole soul owner of your own business, how do you make sure that that feedback is coming to you, that's a genuine one? How do you filter it out? How do you handle it? I mean, where do you really implement that feedback when it comes to improvement in your current way of handling the things?
So feedback again goes in alignment with your previous question. You rightly mentioned that. So let me, before getting to feedback, I like to talk in terms of stories because it's not a scripted thing wherein I have written something and I'm reading out stuff like many other people around. But when I talk about feedback, it is essentially important. Why? Any good leader in this world is a good listener. What do I mean by being a good listener? Definitely feedback, interaction. Let's consider the example of Rich Branson. Of course, we all know who Rich Branson is. Virgin Airlines, Virgin Mobiles, when he owns more than 400 companies. So when I talk about Rich Branson, this guy, he had dyslexia in the childhood. Those people who don't know what dyslexia is, watch Tare Zameen Par. It's a good movie which focuses on dyslexia. So dyslexia is the disability to read and talk, maybe. So this guy used to hire people or have other people to read for him, to talk for him, because he had the trouble or the challenge, which eventually led him to become a good listener because he himself didn't used to speak, didn't used to read. So having that ability in him made him respect his customers. And he always had the philosophy to have customer feedback or to treat his employees as first customers, then the customers as the later customer. What this guy does is, like, when he walks into his office, he doesn't even have a cabin. Just imagine the owner of 400 companies, he doesn't even have his own cabin. He has the open office culture, walks around with a diary. If any employee stands up, he just listens, writes that down. That means he takes feedback. And I mean, I don't think we need any good example that how customer feedback has scaled him to being an owner, or having been suffered from dyslexia to being an owner of 400 companies. So feedback is important, and being an active listener, if you listen from what your customers are saying about you, it is always giving you the insights for your room of improvement. But all feedback is not relevant. Again, like agreeing to your fact, some people just like for the sake of getting away with their work ethic or getting away with their, playing the victim card, they just will give you random feedback so that they get into a cushion and grow like anything. So feedback is like to be considered, but you should figure out that with your system to success, what aligns. And again, like whatever is aligning or whatever you feel is right from within, make sure to figure out a creative way again in alignment with your system, how you can ponder upon your people so that that feedback can be taken into account. And even if you listen to the feedback, he has the sense that he's being heard, and that makes him feel good. And if you are actually working on it and he sees that, definitely like he feels that you care for him, which again is like about customer relations, which is an interlinked question which you asked me before. And definitely it will help you scale your business as well as sustain your customers, because they have the feeling that you care for them.
I absolutely agree with me, and it took me back to my, mentorship days with you. I do remember that you used to take feedback from your mentee as well, where you really wanted to put in that valuable thing in my life. So my next question is, sir, of course, in my journey with you, you have seen me maybe, getting setbacks or maybe failures or maybe not able to achieve, which I expected or maybe planned for in my life. And I have seen you also that success has not been that easy in your life as well. I do remember that you hailed from a lower middle class family, and somewhere you always, you were surrounded by job seeking mindset only, and how that mindset got changed and how have you become such a, of course, now you're a billionaire. And this is what I wanted to know, that what is your success mantra? I mean, how did you really overcome those setbacks or failures which you really went through, and some were the big ones, if I remember correctly? I really don't want to get into those details right now, but the success mantra.
So again, I'm use the shairi and the mantras or everything. But yeah, if you want me to phrase it, definitely. I always say this, which again was taught upon by my mentor, that the amount of stress you will be able to handle, the more will be the money you will be making. That means the obstacles which are coming in your life, they can be converted into opportunity. When you're talking about your journey, I remember when you had the biggest setback in your life in February 2019. Like, I don't again want to get into the details. After after you made a comeback from that, when you took that as an opportunity to prove yourself or stand for yourself, definitely you had the biggest possible success in your life. Definitely it could be or it will get bigger. I am damn sure about that. But even in my life, when you're talking about the mantra, rather than just chanting the mantra, I would like to explain the mantra, like the how the obstacle can be converted into an opportunity. When I started as an entrepreneur in my first company, which was into FMCG sector, the chief mentor who was mentoring us, he had 18 years of experience, everything was good. There were like 4, 5, or maybe 13, 14 people in between me and him. So I had immediate attention. I had support or hand holding for the petty things, which I could do from myself also. So, but that company is the company wherein I made the least amount of money. Why? Because I had always the cushion. I didn't face the obstacles myself. But in my second exposure, if you see, which was in e-commerce space, I had my mentor in the UK, so I had no cushion. I had to do it all myself. So all the obstacles which were coming in my way, since again my why was clear, I was treating them as an opportunity, working on myself rather than looking around, looking up, looking down. And it definitely elevated what finances I was making compared to the first one. Similar thing happened in the other space which I was participating in during the pandemic. I had a lot of good customers, good team, good leaders who left me or who didn't want it to continue, or they felt that they learned so much they wanted to start on their own. It's their own decision. I respect that. Again, I have nothing against them. I never had anything against them. But people were of an opinion, oh, he left him. Now, where his business is going to come from? I felt that when uh, someone of a best leader or best distributor or best employee leaves your organization, it is the best opportunity for you to bridge that gap, wherein you become better in that process. And that's why we are here, where we are right now. And that's the success mantra, I believe, like, which is true in your life, which is true in my life, and many others.
Believe me, guys, whatever he has just shared with you, I am the live example. And I'm telling you that I have seen him going through such big challenges, and that too with such calmness on his face, in his voice, and that too, I mean, considering at the age of 28. So when he started, he was only 24 or 25. So I'm talking about 5 years of journey where he was experimenting few things in the first 2 years, and then he took that, he really scaled it up. So in the last 3 years, which I'm talking about. So considering the age that he was into, and he used to handle it so patiently, that was one of the, again, breaking, points in my life, which I learned from my mentor. And thank you so much, sir. And of course, this is the one which keeps me strong all the time. So another question, sir. Of course, there are many people who really want to do a lot of things, but they always get stuck at one point. They want to move from point A to B, but they really get stuck. They try to take 2 to 3 steps, then come back. They go a little ahead and then come back. So what's the real barrier which keeps them pulling back to their maybe starting point and not going further?
Real barrier, I feel, for person is himself. As I was mentioning, that don't look up, don't look down, don't look around, look within yourself. The real barrier is himself, his mindset, his execution. He should believe in himself. Why did you become successful despite of having the biggest obstacle in your life 2 years back? Because you believed in yourself. Nobody around you believed in you, but you believed in yourself. So the barrier was never other people. The barrier was you yourself. You overcame that barrier. That's why you are standing at the position, or maybe at the position where you are right now. So I feel the kind of mindset wherein people think why it won't work for them is the biggest barrier. Instead, if they use their brain in a creative side or with a positive outlook, wherein they can figure out how this might work for them, that barrier can again be from an obstacle to an opportunity. And once they think and find out ways, the major thing is execution. I have seen many people, they figure out different strategies. They are good readers, fantastic speakers, but they don't execute. It's like having a PhD and making 5,000 rupees a month because you didn't apply that knowledge you gained in the PhD. So again, I'm talking about these things. Like for me, if you ask me what is the barrier for myself, I feel nothing. If the barrier comes in future, or let's say in present, it would be I, me, myself. Again, look in my own inner self, wherein the mindset is the biggest contributing thing. And once I have the mindset right, I have to combine that with execution. So I don't know, again, like this interrogative, it will go on and on. And this is like something the viewers to work upon their mind first, and the work ethic. So if you have the degree, don't have the degree, whatever race, caste, background you're coming from, it wouldn't matter. And don't compare with anyone else. That is also a barrier. People tend to compare, like, oh, he's making good money, oh, he's making less money, I'm now ahead of him. Look within yourself again. Your competition is you yourself. If I started comparing with my other people, I would have become stagnant in my business right now also. Why am I coming with on this live? Because I am competing with myself. I want to make sure that I am getting better and executing on a daily basis. So that's what I feel is the main thing, or that stops people from getting.
I completely agree with you. This is the difference between the fixed mindset and the growth mindset, which you have clearly mentioned through the answer that you just gave, and that to the elaborative one. Thank you so much. And of course, in your answers, I can still feel that humbleness and that that righteousness, which I used to feel almost like 2 years ago, and being fortunate enough. Last question, and I would take another 2 minutes of yours, and I know that you have a busy schedule, but last question. So this question is for all young entrepreneurs, or maybe who have just started with the entrepreneurship journey, and they are in that a contemplating mode, whether they should start or should continue with what they have started, because a lot of people, when they started almost like during the corona situation, they are still contemplating whether it is the right time, not the right time, am I the right one? So few words of wisdom for those guys. And that's my last question, and that's my promise to you.
So, talking about contemplation, or talking about this factor which you mentioned, is it the right time? Time is never right. I mean, believe me, a perfect plan executed tomorrow is not that better rather than a normal plan which is executed today. For example, if you're planning for 5 years and you'll execute 5 years later, it won't make you any money. You will just keep on innovating or convincing yourself why it won't work or why it will work. Rather, whatever plan you have in the mind, execute it today. Maybe you will fail, maybe you will succeed, but at least you have the probability of success. So for contemplators, I would like to give the short message: never give up on your idea. Your idea, if you feel that with the other questions whichever we discussed, if you believe in yourself and you believe in your idea, you should never give up. But again, with this pandemic, a lot of things have changed. So considering that fact and embracing that fact, I would say that just again revamp your idea with the kind of changes, whether it aligns to that, or if you feel that it would take a while for that idea to maybe scale up or to adjust with the kind of changes, you need a lot of money for that. Make sure that you're diversifying in the right way, wherein like you have new products or other backups for you, wherein your plan A would always be your idea because it is your idea. You have a lot of attraction or a lot of addiction to that idea wherein you can't leave or it is a part of your heart. But since you need the cash flow and that cash flow might be generated from some other options, you can also, considering adding that options in your own idea or else finding out some other option wherein you're parallelly working on both the ideas. Again, why all of these ideas I am able to recommend or I am giving, or even if I'm giving, how would you be successfully doing it? By working on your own leadership. If you have leadership, you wouldn't be waiting to or contemplating to take action. Leaders, they're always action takers. They're not like, blaming the time, blaming the conditions, and waiting for the right timing. They are the executors as well as the ones who are consistent and they never give up. They find out solutions. So that's my message. Never give up. Adapt with the change. Diversify. And definitely, if you work on yourself, your business idea can become a reality in terms of monetization as well as in terms of satisfaction, which you will have from within.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And I'm not sure that what you guys have learned from the entire session, but what I can tell, my old learnings, which of course, from my mentor have got revised. I've got some new learnings. And of course, as I mentioned that he's the master of explaining the things around financial literacy, which he mentioned in the last answer as well. And he has given me the clue also. Thank you so much, sir, that I'm going to have my another episode next week on cash flow quadrant only. So thank you so much. And it feels honored all the time. And it makes me go back to my, 2 year ago days when I was looking for someone who can truly change the things in my life. And you are the one, and all credit goes to you. Keep shining and rising high, sir, and absolutely all the best to all the future endeavors that you are involved with right now. Thank you.
But you again bring this up, share the value, and thank you for all those kind words. I don't know why you keep praising so much. I sometimes get baffled that, oh, is it really me who she's talking about? But yes, we'll continue to add value, and I just love the way you're adding value in multiple people's life. And I wish you all the very best and support in all sort of capacity which you want. I would be again more than happy to contribute. Thank you so much.
All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being part of this episode. I'll see you again next week. Thank you. Thanks to all of you, and very good evening.